Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade has finally come out on Switch 2 and on Xbox, which means it is now available on all modern platforms. In today's video, I want to talk about how incredible it is, how great the Switch 2 version is, what this means for the road to Part 3, and everything else in between. So I'm hoping you can join me today for this one. So with that all being said, what is up guys, Jen here, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you being here. If you want to support the channel, please consider hitting that like button. It helps out more than you know. And if you want to stick around for some more Final Fantasy content, you are already in the right place. Just hit that subscribe button. Now, I'm going to break this video down. I might go back and forth in a few places, but we're going to start off with the Switch 2 version because I have been playing it and I think it is great. And you're probably going to come in the comments straight off the bat and say, hey Jen, it only runs at 30 frames per second. I've been staring at the rock textures for about 3 hours now and I don't think it's up to par. That's great, but I'm not saying that the Switch 2 version is the best version to play, but it is a great version to play for both people that want to return to Final Fantasy VII Remake and for those that want to play it for the first time. And it's not only me that thinks that, because it is currently across various regions on the Nintendo eShop #1. That is the version that comes with the original Final Fantasy VII as well. It's an absolute bargain. I went up and picked the physical version, which comes with the reversible cover and a pack of Magic of the Gathering cards, which I managed to pull good old Rufus Shinra with, and I think it is just a great time to be a Final Fantasy VII fan. Now, touching on the Switch 2 version, I have been playing on stream. I am planning on playing it all the way through till the credits roll, and then I'm going to play through the intermission DLC. It is a great excuse for me to revisit the game, and you'll probably see some of your favorite Final Fantasy creators returning to Final Fantasy VII Remake because of this release, because it is a good opportunity to see where everyone is at that have been on the journey since 2020. Heck, the people that have been on the journey since 1997, and for those that are going to be jumping onto that journey for the first time. If you are someone, let yourself be known in the comment section down below. Welcome on in. I hope you are doing great, and I'm hoping that you're going to have a good time as you go through this trilogy of games that is the Final Fantasy VII Remake project. So yeah, the Switch 2 version, I have had no complaints. It runs silky smooth, but it's 30 frames per second. It runs silky smooth, all right? I've not got any frame drops, and I'm glad that I'm getting to experience it on the Switch 2. Heck, I've heard that the Xbox version runs incredibly well. So if you are playing on an Xbox, let us know in the comment section down below. But it's just good things all around. Now, let's move on to the second part of this video, which is revolving around the second part of the trilogy, which is Rebirth. Now, Naoki Hamaguchi has been absolutely hammering it with all of the media when it comes to Remake releasing on Switch 2 and Xbox. You'd think that it's a brand new release of how much this is getting promoted, and I'm really glad that it's getting the hurrah it is. Now we look to the future, and I'm thinking towards the end of this year, between the months of September and November, we will be seeing Rebirth come to Xbox and Switch 2. Why do I think that? And what do I think about it when it comes to its performance? Honestly, I think they're learning a lot with the Switch 2, and I have no worries as of yet that Rebirth is going to absolutely bottle it when it comes to the Switch 2 and Xbox. I think it's going to be, again, a great experience. A lot of people wonder why Remake is at 30 frames per second on the Switch 2 without having any kind of options to lower the resolution and have 60 frames, or have the higher resolution and the lower frames. I think it's because they want the trilogy to be a consistent experience. Because Rebirth, as we know, is a bigger game, it struggled on the PlayStation 5. So with that being said, if they had options for Remake on Switch 2, they're going to want the options on Rebirth. And I think Rebirth, with it being a little bit more demanding, I don't think it's going to struggle, but I think it would struggle if you have all these different performance options. I think having that consistent experience on that is what they're aiming for, and that makes sense when Hamaguchi has been saying in interviews that Rebirth and Part 3, there is going to be no compromises in the gameplay experience. They're wanting it to feel the same all the way through on the platform that you are choosing to play it on. That's why I'm confident as of right now that Rebirth will hit by the end of the year, and it will again have the same settings that we have here on the Switch 2 version of Remake Intergrade, and I'm going to be playing through that as well. Now we go to the final part of this video as we talk about the final part of the Remake trilogy. I think Remake and Rebirth coming out on the Switch 2 and Xbox, and the massive hurrah that it's getting, is actually the start of the marketing cycle for Part 3. Get everyone on board, everyone invested, playing through the games at whatever pace they want, because there are options now. Oh, but they're making it into easy mode. Let me just tell you something. Those streamlined progression options are what they say. They are options. If you are someone that is complaining about that, I would dread the thought of going into a restaurant with you and looking at a menu thinking that you need to have everything off that menu when you can just pick and choose. All right, you can pick and choose. A lot of people are going to be tackling it differently. Even people that are going into this for the second or third time are going to probably mess around with those options just because, hey, why not, right? But it's not forcing you to have an easy mode experience with Final Fantasy VII. It really isn't. But there might be ones that want to experience this trilogy of stories on a streamlined progression and maybe build up the confidence to dive into the game mechanics at a later date. I'm all for it. If there's more people on the journey with us to the third and final part, then let's go. And that brings me to the final and third part. When are we going to see it? Again, I think this is the start of the marketing cycle for it. Switch to Xbox Remake, Switch to Xbox Rebirth, and then everything 2027 for Part 3. But Jen, they're in a contract with Sony. They probably are or were, I don't really know. I'm just guesstimating right now, but I don't see the point of heavily getting everyone playing these games just for them to be like, hey, the third part's coming out, guys, we're all here together now. For them to say, hey, we're only releasing it on PlayStation, because that's going to make a lot of people angry. A lot of people are going to be frustrated that they've been baited into going on this journey now that it's out on all platforms, just to be stopped at the final part to wait an extra 3 or 6 months. I think they're doing all they can to make sure it is a reality. Is that me coping? Is that me hoping? No, that's just me trying to be very positive about the situation right now and what I am foreseeing them doing. If they end up not doing it, then we'll talk about it. There's going to be a lot of frustrated people. I'll be one of them as well, because we're going to get new people coming in on this journey. We want to talk about the story, the characters, what could be happening, what's not happening, how many worlds are there? Are the worlds? Are the memories? What are they? All of this, for them just to break us all apart because it's coming out on just one platform, is just not the way. I am absolutely interested in hearing your thoughts in the comment section down below. This has been, as you probably tell, I've been quite excited. It's nice to have Final Fantasy VII Remake and its trilogy in the forefront again, ranking #1 on the eShop, people playing it on Xbox, people replaying it on PlayStation 5, on PC with mods. It's a good time to be a Final Fantasy VII fan, whether you started in 1997, jumped in at 2020, or now jumping in now with the Switch 2 and Xbox version. What makes me just love this and love what I do. And I'm hoping if you're around to maybe join me for some of the streams for Remake, because we'll be doing the same for Rebirth later in the year. So I appreciate your time. Let me know your comments in the comment section down below. And until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.